I don't think enough people have heard Moombahton. I think it's a neglected genre, so I'm revisiting it. Honestly, Moombahton is pretty sick. You should just watch the video. If you enjoy this content, let me know. And let me know what other neglected genres you want me to go over. And maybe I'll do it. And I'm sure you can guess if you watched my channel before, I will include Vocaloid in some way or another. So wait to find out. So I grew up in Maryland, and Moombahton was created in DC. It was created by Dave Nada, who took the Afrojack remix of Moomba and slowed it down until you got Moombahton. It was a mix of that Dutch electro synth from Moomba and that tempo and do-ga from reggaeton. And the rest was history. I've actually been to a Moombahton Massive in DC where Dave Nada performed. It was incredible. It was like 8 hours. Gent and Johns were there, rip. There was a moment where Long Johns from Gent and Johns, he jumped down on the stage and him and I were just like next to each other vibing, like dancing for like 3 minutes. It was sick. And now he's on Sable Valley doing his own thing. Gent from Gent and Johns. I remember he jumped into the crowd and some guy hit him or something. So he stood up, he ran up on stage and he just yells, "Hey, the fat guy in the red shirt, meet me out back after my set." It was pretty funny. So yeah, I mean, Moombahton's just kind of a comfortable genre for me. I enjoy it and I've got some good memories. But sadly, I think it's kind of gone away, and that's why I'm here to fix it, even though no one asked. Also, while we're here, as much as I would love to make songs every week, between having a job, a life, and doing YouTube, I can't always just find time to make music, so I need other content to try and fill in the gaps. Let me know what kind of content you guys like to see. Reaction, music news this week. Maybe I'll become the mogul male of music. So Moombahton is technically like 110 to 116, somewhere in there. I decided to go with 112 because I kind of like it. So the first thing I did was focus on getting the right drums from Splice. I wanted that nice heavy kick, and I wanted that like rim shot snare for the do-ka. So I got that in place. One of the things about this, because it came from this like Dutch house background, is that it has those like crazy synths that are like changing pitch over time. And actually, like a long time ago, I had made a synth just like that for something I was doing. So I went straight to that one and used it. And you can hear, even though I'm just hitting the C note, you're getting this cool pitch bend that's giving it this high energy. I also found this really cool sample in Spanish that says fuego, which just means fire. It's like a Spanish Dumbledore. Fuego. And I wanted to include it somehow. Really, this wasn't the most complicated song in the world. And I think that's kind of the beauty, in my mind, of Moombahton. It doesn't have to be so complex. If it has good rhythm and good energy, it works. To show you that, I literally started placing down the notes for this lead synth randomly. Yeah, you heard that right. I had no rhyme or reason. I didn't even listen when I did it. I tweaked a little bit afterwards, but only at the end of like every 4-bar loop so that it could have some variation. Another defining feature of Moombahton, for me at least, is sirens. It's gotta have sirens because it's kind of cool. It's underground, right? I have a big siren going on in the background, and then I have a siren on the side, woo, 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 and it kind of pans back and forth. The kick wasn't really coming through the way I wanted it to, so there's this cool trick I've been doing lately where I just make a white noise patch in Serum, and then I just put a slight attack on it so it doesn't interfere with the kick too much, and then I put like 0 release, 0 decay, so you kind of just get this and I put that over the kick just so the kick stands out a little bit more. On Splice, I found these really cool like Latin percussion, so that's in there too to give it some of that rhythm. Okay, I didn't lie. I did use Vocaloid, just not as much as I had hoped, and there's 2 reasons. The first, Vocaloid doesn't really do Spanish. You can try and cheat it by using American sounds and typing things out to sound like Spanish, but some of the pronunciations you just can't get right. The second one, I tried to add a female voice in here in the background, kind of like singing, fuego, dame más fuego, but I couldn't get it to blend right. So instead I just went for a chant right before the drop. And I used Po Uta for that, which I still think is cool, and honestly, who else has a Vocaloid vocal chant? It's something that would make you stand out if you were to perform this live. So, still pretty cool. Hey, one more thing while we're here. It would mean a lot if you would subscribe. That'd be so awesome. My goal is to get monetized by November 4th because that's my birthday. And I think we're on track for that. All right, here is the final piece that I ended up with.
más wiggle. Dame más wiggle.